Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Today I have 50 questions about me and I was tagged from Mary Catherine Loves Cats. And I will leave her channel in the description box down below. And I will be tagging some channels as well. And if you have already done the 50 questions, you definitely don't have to do them. And if you don't want to do them after I tag you, then you definitely don't have to do them. But hopefully they will see this and do the 50 questions as well. So I am going to jump right in. The first question is, what does my name mean? Now, my name is Arlene. It's not spelled the traditional way, E-N-E. It is E-E-N. However, they both have the same meaning. And the meaning is free man. I feel free. I don't know. So I'm going to say it's a free woman. But it does mean free man. What is my sign? My sign is a Pisces. What is my shoe size? My shoe size is a 7.5. Do I have a birthmark? Now I have this mark on my arm here. I don't know if you can see it. And it's been there my entire life. So I don't know if that's a birthmark or, you know, what happened back in the day. But it's just been there the entire time. And that's the only thing that I would say that would be a birthmark to me. Do I have any pets? No, I do not have any pets. However, you will always hear Sheba, see Rocco sometimes here or hear him. You might see Sheba sometimes. And right now I am taking care of a little puppy because my niece bought her son a puppy for Christmas. And of course you can't give a Christmas gift before Christmas. So here I am with a puppy until Christmas. Again, not my dog. And her name is Storm. And she's been storming through here, terrorizing everybody, everything. But she's cute. I'll leave a picture up here on the screen forever. Something I was teased about as a child. I would say either I was too skinny or no hair. So I would say one of those two. And I don't know that it was necessarily a tease thing, because people just got along then. I don't know. But for me, I feel like it might have been like the short hair or being real skinny. So 3 biggest fears. Number 1 fear probably is dying in my sleep. My number 2 fear is that no one will find me for a long time. And my number 3 fear is bugs. Like I don't really like bugs. Yeah, I don't like bugs. It says a smell that reminds me of childhood. And I would say it would be any type of candy that I had back as a child. Probably Laffy Taffies would be one of them. That kind of reminds me of my childhood. Those Necco, I think that's what they're called, the little circle candies. Those, and they still make this stuff. You can usually find stuff like that at Cracker Barrel. But things like that, barbecue, a family barbecue, you know. Let's see what my next question is. Have I ever met someone famous? I am going to say, I think it depends on what you describe as famous. I don't know any famous people that I have met other than I have met Shannon with Twins Times 2. in person, and we had breakfast together, her and I and her family. So I would say that would be my close to famous, because, yeah, I don't know. How many children do I have? I have 2 girls. My favorite breakfast cereal is probably oatmeal. Maple brown sugar oatmeal. And if I had to pick a cold cereal, I don't know that I could pick, because I like a lot of different ones. Do I have any scars? Yes, I have 2 scars. How many surgeries have I had? 2. Thus, the scars. 3 biggest pet peeves. Whew. My number 1 pet peeve is when someone does not tell you the truth. And that's my all-time number 1 biggest pet peeve. And it's my biggest pet peeve because, first of all, you told me a story. Second of all, you wasted time that I can't get back to tell me that story. And then third, if I come back and ask you a question, you're going to tell another story to back that story up. So that's my number 1 pet peeve. My number 2 pet peeve is, I have so many pet peeves. People that don't speak. A simple hi, hello, anything like that. If you're in an office setting and you just walk right by someone and don't speak, that is one of my biggest pet peeves as well. It's only 2 letters, hi. Simple, 1 word. So that's one of my pet peeves as well. My third biggest pet peeves is people that don't show up to work for whatever reason. Sometimes it's legit, sometimes it's not legit. But when a company hires you, they hire you to perform a task, to do a job. And if you're not there, then the task is not being done. And someone else has to pick up the slack, or, it goes undone for the length of time that you're out. So that's my third biggest pet peeve. People that call off to work who are really not sick. What kind of car do I drive? Well, I have 2 vehicles. I have the Mercedes, which is Princess, who's only comes out in the summertime, and I have Mocha, which is the Honda CRV. That's my day-to-day car to get back and forth. So I have 2 vehicles. What traits do I find attractive in a mate? I would say I look for, and it's only because I have had it, and that's the person who is the gentleman. Helps you on with your coat, helps you off with your coat, opens the door for you, in and out of the car, in and out of a restaurant, helps you with your chair, the gentleman. Very hard to find, but once you have it and you get used to it, that next person you're looking for to have that. And I don't know that I would settle for someone that didn't do those kind of things, because now I'm used to that kind of stuff. How old was I when I got my driver's license? I was 16 years old when I got my driver's license. First pet. Well, back in the day, we had a cat, and her name was Mid White. I think it was her name, y'all. I don't know. We had a cat, Mid White. I think her name was Mid White because she was black with white. And then we had, at different times, we had 2 poodles, Mike and Charlie. And they used to always run away. We used to have to always go find them as kids. Like, that was not my pets, y'all. They was not my pets. So I've never had, like, a pet. So, the sickest I've ever been. I would say the sickest I've ever been was probably in 97, 98 when I got the flu. And I was out of work for a long time. I don't miss work. I usually try to stay as healthy as possible. But that, sick. I was sick after that first shot, but it was only for like a 24-hour kind of thing. So, favorite slang word that I use often. Probably, I don't know if it's slang, but when I'm editing my videos, I notice that I say a lot, and I've noticed this years ago. When I'm standing up presenting, when I'm doing interviews or whatever, I always try to, count the ums that I do, especially if I'm interviewing for a job, so that I can kind of cut down on the ums and try to say words like and, but, that kind of stuff. But is like a word. See, I just said it again. So we're gonna move on, and I don't know that that would be considered slang or not. And if I had to pick something that was slang, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Cool, maybe. I don't know. I don't say that often though. Something I do that bugs my kids. Well, I think it would probably have to depend on the kid. And I would say that it's probably helping out other people too much. And my favorite candy bar, I like a lot of them. I like probably any candy bar. Probably Snickers, Mounds, Heyday, Reese's. I don't have one favorite because I probably like them all. What makes me the most anxious? So something that makes me the most anxious, I would say, is people who feel like they are invincible when the weather is bad and you're on the highway or even in town. They're still driving 90 to 100 and the roads are icy and snow covered, and miles ahead you'll see them in a ditch. But those people that drive recklessly on the roads, I'm like, I'm here, please keep me safe. But that makes me most anxious. I want to get to my destination safely. I want to get back safely. And sometimes there's people that are driving crazy. Okay. Best comfort food. Well, I like to eat, so I don't know that I have a comfort food. My go-to food that I would probably have every day. Comfort food. The best comfort food, I think, would be pizza. I like pizza. But I like everything, so I don't know that that would be my go-to, because I don't know. I don't have it every week, but I don't know. I'm gonna go with pizza. Nicknames my husband calls me. Nothing, because I don't have a husband. Sunrise or sunset? I think they both are unique in what they offer, but I'm going to say sunrise because I have made it to see another day. Favorite song of all time? These are some hard questions. I don't have a favorite song. Anything that was back in the day, R&B, 80s, I like. 90s, I like. Even back further, 70s, 60s. I listen to a whole slew of different music. So my current favorite song is Hours and Hours, and that's by Muni Long. So one of my favorites right now. The most annoying sound in the world is someone with that their nails like on the chalkboard sound. That would be the bravest thing I've ever done. I think the bravest thing that I have ever done was to confront some gentleman who was, they weren't like, him and the girl weren't like fist fighting, but it was like, get out of the car, you know, and she didn't want to get out of the car, and they're right here parked in front of my house, and they don't live in this neighborhood. So I just go out and I ask the lady, are you okay? Do you need me to call someone for you? Do you need me to take you somewhere? But she didn't, and they drove off. But it does take courage to confront someone who is harming someone else, and it's not always the safest thing to do, because you never know what weapon that person may have, what that person is going through. You know, that really, did she really want to leave? You know, it just creates more problems sometimes. So any living grandparents? I do not have any living grandparents. Something I would love to learn how to do. I would love to learn how to write, calligraphy style. So that kind of fancy with the strokes and all of that. I would love to do that. My next question. Have I ever been in a play? No. The first heartbreak. I don't know. When was this? It might have been my first boyfriend. That would have been the first heartbreak. My biggest regret. I would say my biggest regret is not going to college right after high school. When things are fresh in your mind still. I went back and got my degree late in life. And I struggled with math at that time because I had not done like geometry. If you don't continue to use that stuff, you lose it. Favorite ice cream flavor? Chocolate, hands down. Best advice someone has given to me. I would say the best advice someone has given to me is, you don't know what you don't know. And that is so true. Do I believe in ghosts? No, I don't. Best and worst phase of my life. I would say that I am in my best phase currently. Worst phase of my life probably was, I gave birth to my oldest daughter, and she was premature. She weighed 2 pounds, 13 ounces. And those are scary times, but we had the best NICU unit in, I'm going to say, Illinois. And quickly got her up to speed, and I had toxemia, if you're familiar with that. And my doctor said, your blood pressure is way too high. You need to meet me at the hospital. And I was like, I got a baby shower. They're giving me a baby shower at work. And he's like, I'm serious. And I'm like, and I'm serious too. So I went to the baby shower and then went to the hospital. And they tried to break my water. And after 3 people tried, he's like, we have to have a C-section. Thus, one of the scars. So I delivered her by C-section. She was, again, 2.5 months early, weighed 2 pounds, 13 ounces, and quickly got up to speed. She was supposed to be born on December 26th. And I just kept saying, I do not want a Christmas baby. I do not want a Christmas baby. Well, be careful what you wish for. But she is very healthy and got out of the hospital before Christmas. And if I can find one of her Christmas pictures, I will put it on the screen here. So very tiny little, spent a lot of time at the hospital. So, and that's what we do, right? Top 5 favorite books of all times. I can tell you right now, I'm not reading a book. I got books right here. that I want to read. But ever since I got out of college, I'm like, I don't want to see another book. But I can tell you anything that's leadership style books, I love to read those. Anything that has like a suspense, like they capture you, engage you right at the front where you don't want to put it down. But it's hard to find those books for me because I'm not interested in reading. Not at all. So I can't give you a top 5. Something I got in trouble for as a kid. You know, I used to get in trouble for stuff that I didn't even do. So if my brothers got in trouble, my mom would just whoop everybody. I don't know. It was the thing back then, y'all. It was. It probably should be a thing today, y'all. I don't know. Something I struggle with. Something I struggle with. I'm going to say the word still. Because I can't stop saying So I'm going to... See? Did it again. So I'm going to say the word is something that I struggle not to say. And it's more of a filler word, but I've said it so long, so often, so long, I can't stop saying it. Why did I start my YouTube channel? Well, me and Melissa were watching YouTube during COVID, and she was here that weekend or whatever. And I can't remember who we were watching or what we were watching because it was just a lot of YouTube watching because I got tired of watching the number of deaths on TV and the news and, you know, all this stuff. So turned to YouTube. And I don't know, I came across several different niches that I wanted to do and stuck with unboxings because I feel that people should treat themselves because no one else is going to. My opinion. Do I have any allergies to dog hair? Yes. Cat hair? Yes. What sports did I play growing up? I cheered. Well, actually, I was on the pom-poms. And I'm going to call that a sport, although you probably wouldn't. Weirdest dream I've ever had. Well, I had vertigo, and I didn't know I had vertigo, and I was asleep, and it was like someone was spinning me on a merry-go-round, and faster and faster and faster, and I had to grab the side of the bed, and, you know, that feeling like you're spinning out of control and falling or whatever is like the weirdest. And I had vertigo. I had to go to the doctor, get medicine, you know, and it was horrible. I would not wish that on anyone. What superpower would I love to have? I would love to have the superpower of strength. Because as we get older, we tend to lose strength, opening things and things like that. And to build back the strength of my hands or whatever, because, you know, they make things so automatic, right? I had an electric can opener. Well, now I don't have one. I have one that you have to actually turn, so I can kind of keep the strength in my hand as long as possible to open things and like that. So, power of strength. Worst fashion trend. I'm going to go with leggings. I was going to say skinny jeans, but I'm going to go with leggings. My first celebrity crush. I don't know that I had a crush on anybody, but I'm going to go with, I liked a lot of R&B bands back in the day, but I'm going to say Johnny Gill. He was a celebrity to me. Weirdest thing that I believed as a kid. Everybody believed in Santa Claus as a kid, so I'm gonna say that. I want to be when I grew up. I wanted to be an accountant, and wish I had been, but I did not go to college right after school. I went into the workforce, and but I did want to be an accountant. I was very good at math when I was in school, so that was what I was going to do. And that is the end of the questions, everybody. Yay! Okay, so the channels that I am going to tag, and again, you do not have to do this because I tag you, The C, and it's TheCee, very new channel here on YouTube. She does a lot of different makeups. She's doing some advent calendars right now. Unboxings with Mary. She does a lot of different unboxings as well. She's participated in some Mask Mondays. Anne Marino. And Anne Marino has Fatima, which is her puppet. So definitely I'm tagging her as well. Small channel that is growing. She does a lot of different unboxings as well. Monica Ladotte. She does a lot of different unboxings as well. She's over in the Virgin Islands, and she does a lot of different makeup looks and stuff as well. Tanya's Beauty Box, different unboxings as well, but she's more focused on makeup tutorials or looks. So those are the people that I am tagging. Again, if you've already done this, you do not have to participate. And if you just don't want to do it, you don't have to participate. And that's all I have, everyone, and I will see you on another video. Thanks for watching.